Okay, so welcome, guys, and thanks for doing this with me. Yeah, just to let people know what's going on here, I set up a course earlier in the year for people. The course is called the Better You, and basically it's just to help people have a look at themselves and just bring some awareness into who they are, how they're functioning in the world, and all things like that. A better you meaning, can you look at aspects of yourself that you'd like to change? So you two guys jumped in, which was great because I don't think I've had anyone as young as you before on these types of courses. So I really appreciate you doing that and coming in and trusting me. So yeah, welcome. We're halfway through at this stage. That's okay. Dogs bark. Don't worry about it. If you hear my fella barking, we won't hear the word. But yeah, we're halfway through at this stage, and I just wanted to check in and see how you're doing. Are you enjoying? Are you getting benefits or feel any benefits from what we've been doing over the weeks? So, yeah.
I'm definitely feeling the benefit from it. I think it's something that I wanted to do for a long time, and I've done kind of some of the day courses with meditation and healing, but never really looked into it in a deeper way. So now it's nice to have the time, like the 2 hours a week, just to go and really think and just bring a bit of awareness into your life about, how you're functioning in the world, like you said, and just the things that you can change just to make yourself feel better.
Yeah. Okay, good.
And then even like gone off our website as well, like I'm enjoying it so much so far. Sometimes like I'm only 19, you can come at it from different places. Like Rebecca kind of started it in a place where she's like wanting to progress and learn about it. Sometimes like issues can bring you to it that you're having in your life, and that's what brought me to it. And even now, like I'm seeing different things coming up for me and like working through them and stuff like that. And each week, like the education is just crazy. Like I'm learning things that I didn't even think you could learn about, which is just really good. It's really enjoyable, and definitely I think the mindset that I'm creating at the moment doing the course will be something that I'll carry throughout my life. It won't be just a short-term thing. It'll be something that will be definitely changed like forever.
Good. That's great. Great response so far. So is there anything specific that's jumped out at you without being too personal? Because I know this work can get very personal. But sometimes this type of work can be very subtle. And then other times it can hit you like almost like a sledgehammer at times and knock you sideways. So, what's been going on in that sense for you? Has it been gentle for you?
Yeah, I think, to be honest, for me, it's probably been gentle enough. Like I haven't had anything like really hit me yet, as of yet anyway. We're only halfway in, so I'll, keep waiting on that to happen. But I feel like it has definitely made me think about the way that I'm functioning in the world and the way that I behave towards other people as well as myself. So it's like it's a whole mindset thing, just about the way you react to things or don't react to things and say things or not say things. And it's interesting to watch yourself as the weeks go on and to watch yourself behave and watch things that you say and the things that you do, because for me it would be very different to what I would have been doing say 4 or 5 weeks ago.
Yeah, you've seen changes. Okay.
Yeah.
You're agreeing, you're nodding your head, Katie.
Yeah. I found it was mad, like the identification I got with certain weeks more so than others. And like even when you're explaining those weeks, kind of what areas they're based on, like, and the problems that can come with those areas, like straight away I'd be thinking like, oh, this week will probably be a week for me where it's going to shake things up a little bit. And like I was right, like I did feel my problem areas. Those were the weeks where I would feel it the most. But yeah, no, definitely I'm just learning so much and getting so much from it.
Yeah. And have you, both of you, again, being young, most young people haven't got the time in their life for meditation. have you noticed your meditation practice that you're able to get into it now?
Yeah, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Definitely. Like, my life is really busy. Like, I have a young child, so it's hard to take the time for yourself, but I'm making the time for myself now, whereas I would have been doing other things, and I'm just making sure that I get in the half an hour or hour every day just to get that time with myself, and I feel so much better for it. I feel like I can tackle the day so much better after doing the meditation in the morning. Like, I go into the day with a fresh mindset, and it's lovely.
Good.
Yeah,
Good.
that
That's what it's
that
about.
even
go
be
on.
similar. Like, oh sorry, that even be similar for me. Like, I'm in college, like part-time basically at the moment, but I always make excuses saying like, oh, I don't have time to be doing a half an hour meditation. Like, but I still wouldn't be getting anything else done in the day. But now I feel like if I set aside the time to do the meditation, then I'm more productive for the rest of the day. I get my work done. Like, it's like my mind's a bit clearer.
Yeah, good.
So yeah, I'm set up a little bit better to do everything.
Okay. And then I suppose this is a big question I want to ask you, both of you, because I know you're sharing the house with a young child, Rebecca's child, and I'm sure Katie, that's a big thing for you as well to have that little guy in the house, So
Yeah.
has it shown you awareness around how we parent? Because ultimately, as we spoke from the start, all this personal development, our patterns are created when we're children. So has it brought you as adults around the child? Have you cut yourself? Have you brought awareness to how you are in those situations now where before? How different is that?
Yeah, it's so different. It's so different. I always kind of knew from when I had Elliot that I did want to parent differently. I'm not going to say differently, but not in the same way, maybe that. Oh no, maybe I shouldn't say that at all, should I?
No. I think what you're trying to say there is, you want to do the best job you possibly can, and
Yeah.
what we've been doing with this is looking at ourselves. So, if there's changes coming within you, does it make you think different around the child then, And the word I probably should, I'm looking to ask is, have you seen a maturity or a sense of more awareness when you're in those moments with Elliot?
Yeah, definitely. It's
hard to put
I
words
don't
on
know.
it, isn't it? Yeah.
I don't know how to say it without offending anyone. Do you know what I mean? I don't want
Just
Don't
parenting
do
with
that.
more awareness.
yeah, just parenting with more awareness. And just not watching what you say, but watching how you behave in front of him and the environment that he's in, because even though he's only so young, he's taking it all in. Like, kids are like sponges. They're so permeable, and they really do take in all the feelings and emotions. And I know myself, when I'm getting up and I'm not having a great day and he's cranky, I'm like, why is he cranky? And then I'm like, well, actually, if you just sit back and calm down yourself, the child will calm down. And it always happens. It happens to me all the time.
That's great. That's great. Because it's such a great time for you to be doing something like this. To just awareness is the right word. What we're doing ultimately with this is bringing conscious awareness to ourselves, and we can laugh at some of the funny things we do sometimes. Why we do them, we don't know. Sometimes they upset us later, or they make us laugh or get angry or whatever. But there's always a moment where, why did I do that? Well, this awareness kind of shows you the build up to the silly things we do in life, maybe, for want of a better word. So
Yeah.
No, that's great that you're seeing it in those very important moments as a mother. So well done there.
Thanks.
Yeah. So anything else you'd like to say? We're just keeping this brief because, again, we're only halfway through. We haven't polished this off yet.
Yeah. I probably, like, I can only speak from a 19-year-old's point of view, but I really do think it would benefit like young people especially. And I think a lot of the time people view it as like this kind of work as something that you're supposed to do later on in life when issues have already been created and now you're just trying to resolve them. But like I think the biggest thing is that like we're fixing, like whether to call them issues or not, I'm not sure, but creating this awareness earlier on in life so that like you have it for longer and you can you know use it for a bigger portion of your life, which I think is really priceless.
Right. Yeah, that's brilliant. That's brilliant. No, I mean that's great, and I think like why I asked you guys to do this, and we'll finish on this with it because we could probably speak all day about this. But if you just look into the world today, all around us, you're watching teenagers running into emotional trauma an awful lot. I mean, just picking places like Pieta House or the suicide rates, they're all going up and up and up. Pieta House has waiting lists as long as you can think, you know, to try and get into them. Now, what that's telling you is the children or the teenagers and young adults of those ages are running into trouble. Now, in my generation, all those years ago, you're going back when I was at your age, that's like 40 years ago for me. That wasn't happening. It was very different. But what's happened in those 40 years is there's been a rush for materialistic value in the world because we've there's been booms, especially in Ireland, and we've all had the opportunity to go out and earn money, but that makes us very busy and stressed. And then we come back and we feed materialistic stuff into the home and we build a lovely home and have nice cars and everything that's lovely. But children, young little babies don't look for that. Even though as parents, we're trying to give them the best. But what they truly want is real nurturing. But when a parent is busy and stressed, then that nurturing is weaker in a sense. And then as the child goes into those teenage years and young adults years, they're kind of confused because there's something missing. And the missing piece is what happened? Where did that go when we were all too busy and stressed? Stressed parents don't want to share the stress down, but like you said earlier, children are like sponges and they soak it up. And now we're left with this situation in society that people of your age are running into trouble and they don't know why. But when you do something like this, what I'm trying to do with this course is show people, as we said at the start, how you function. And if you can look at yourself neutrally from an honest place and go, wow, that's me, what he's talking about, or, you know, that part of my body does give problems. So is the reason why those problems are happening the way I think, the way I act out? And if so, we can do something about it then. And it comes back to we can get the nurturing that we possibly missed out, because not anybody's fault, just because people were stressed, that were rearing us because they were in a busy society. But ultimately, the real person that should nurture us all is ourselves. And this type of work has given us a chance to meet that part of ourselves instead of the stress part. That's all it is, really. Yeah. Nobody's fault. Yeah. So yeah, well done. And thanks for joining. Thanks for coming on the course, and thanks for doing this. And hopefully we'll get the word out there. Let us.
Yeah.
Things can be done. Stress load. Okay. Okay. So.
Okay.
Won't keep you any longer. Thanks again. Okay.
No problem. Thanks, Mark. See you.
See ya.
Bye.
Thank you.